Hey everybody, it's Autumn, and welcome to day 4 in my series on sex education. Today was completely unorganized. This guy he wastes the first hour of the class every day. We just sit there doing absolutely nothing. And so we don't get much done. But it's really bad, but after this getting started, apparently the only thing we're going to do on the male reproductive system, which I thought I was actually going to be able, to go in through something about that, but the only thing we did was get one worksheet and fill it out, and that's all we're doing on the male reproductive system, and so I think that's kind of bullshit. I don't even know what to entitle this, so but what it's close enough to is abusive relationships, but I don't know if we're gonna get more into that. So we'll just call this one relationships and see where that goes. The work we did on relationships today was all tied into a school video. A video which is generally based for schools. You get a worksheet with questions on it, and then you're supposed to discuss the whole thing with the class. What happened in this particular video, there was two best friends, and the one friend had an abusive boyfriend. He controlled her and wouldn't let her dress certain ways. He got all upset about a shirt. He wouldn't let her hang out with her friends, and he was very abusive, very controlling, got angry very easily, and eventually he pushed her, and he pressured her into having sex with him. And then we reflect on this video as a class, trying to get a class discussion up. We talked about what's appropriate for a relationship. My teacher said two things that I disagree with, but one that I do. The first thing he said was that I disagreed with was, quote, "If it's inappropriate to do in front of your friends or your parents, it's probably not appropriate to do alone." When you're in a relationship, you have a level of intimacy that is not appropriate for others to see, because unfortunately people begin to feel awkward if somebody's making out in front of them, and also my friends would crack a whole bunch of jokes. And when it comes to doing things in front of your parents, it's the same principle as you don't like to think of your parents getting it on to create you. The second thing that I disagree with came after this first thing that I did agree with, and it was about setting boundaries and guidelines. That's very important for every relationship. If it's basically the same thing as drawing a line of what's inappropriate jokes are, or like I say, do not make racist jokes in front of me, do not make homophobic jokes in front of me, and this is all just to have a healthy relationship. So setting guidelines for a healthy relationship works the same for a friendship as a romantic relationship, but I'm guessing the point was that romantic relationships are more serious and they get more intense, and therefore you got to keep them more in check. Keeping them in check is harder, and this is going into the third point and the second thing that I disagree with. And he talked about endorphins, and he asked the class what endorphins was. I gave the correct answer, which was basically chemical messengers in the brain, and they control mood and emotion and stuff like that. And then they go on, and he talks about, how endorphins, they cloud your mind, they cloud your judgment, you're all getting this warm, fuzzy feeling. And then he says, quote, "Her endorphins had been clouded." Basically, it was a grammar error, and we're basically, but what his point was is that, she couldn't control herself. She couldn't see what was going on, which she couldn't. But when it comes to controlling yourself with somebody who's not an abusive person, someone that, you really truly care about in more than one way, it doesn't have to be on a romantic way, you get like a warm fuzzy feeling because of endorphins. You have a connection with somebody. That's basically what happens. You when you hold somebody's hand and you kind of tingle inside. That's the sort of thing. That's all endorphins. It's brain chemistry. But when you get to it on like a personal level, it's beautiful. It's what makes relationships worth it. It's what makes it enjoyable. So it's not like it's bad. It's a normal thing. And if you're feeling the opposite, if you're feeling creeped out, if you're feeling uncomfortable, then you know that it's not right. If endorphins are flowing and you're feeling positive about a situation, it means that a relationship is healthy. Thanks for listening to my rant. I'm so sorry that this thing was so incomplete. There was no structure to this school lesson at all. I'm really sorry about it. I will be back tomorrow. If you want to see part 1, you can click here. If you want to see yesterday's, click here. Alright, I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye. I'm Autumn.